Hi, everybody. Welcome to Am I the Asshole Podcast.
That was fun.
What if it got all like radio, you know? Am I the Asshole Podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foghorn. Yeah, let's do it.
DJ Danny Vega and Sarah Carter, Sarah Levine. She has two names to have anonymity, or is that a Lil Wayne joke? I never know.
It's funny that you brought that up because I was really thinking about changing my handle because it confuses people so much. But here's the problem. I am credited Sarah F. Carter like on all my old tweets that have gotten picked up by other people. So I feel like it's just like, fuck.
If they're embeddable tweets, or are you saying pictures of your tweets? Oh,
pictures of my tweets.
Because they're on Instagram.
So they've tagged Sarah F. Carter. So then I'd have to like squat on Sarah F. Carter so that some random jabroni doesn't like get all the benefit from my jokes. And you know what I mean? So also I can't think of a good thing that I would change it to.
Can't I just call you Sarah Carter? Like, why don't you just fly by it at this point? Now, listen, is this about Lil Wayne?
I love Lil Wayne. Yeah, that's what it's about.
What's your favorite Lil Wayne song?
It's called Pussy Money Weed.
Oh my God.
It's a really good one.
You watch your mouth, young lady.
Okay, thanks,
Is
Dad.
the premise of the song that those are the things he enjoys? I would love it if it was a song against those things.
Right? Like, oh, I hate pussy, money, and weed. No, it's actually great because it's like there's this fictional or whatever, like woman, and it's an apostrophe to this woman. Okay. He says, basically the chorus of the song is, I love her like pussy, money, weed. And you're like, whoa. I wrote my entire like senior, not thesis, but like final project on this song. I'm not even kidding you. I'm in college for my creative writing class.
Wow.
My 80-year-old professor literally loved it and read it aloud to the class.
Wow.
It was wild.
So wait, the metaphor of the song is I love her like PMW.
Yeah. So
wow, what a metaphor. How beautiful. A simile, excuse me, a simile.
You're right, it is a simile. I wasn't going to correct you this time. But yeah, I thought it was honestly great because you're like, wow, those are the three things that he loves most in the world.
And he loves her like those
as much as those things.
Highly individuated things.
Correct.
Truly unique loves. I will say that I can outdo that. I mean, you don't seem to be embarrassed about that.
No.
Personally, I'm embarrassed on your behalf, but that's neither here nor there.
Thanks so much.
I wrote my 40-page college thesis on the philosophy of Louis C.K.
Oh, wow. That's way worse.
Oofers.
Well, that didn't age well.
It did not age well, people. But such is life. Am I the asshole? Probably, folks.
Yeah, for real.
All right, we got one heck of a program for you today. We're covering a few situations, mixing it up a bit. Our second story of the day, AITA for refusing to take pics with my friend who is editing me to look heavier. And that's from Dear Prudence. That's kind of fun. It's not from Reddit. But first, AITA for wanting my girlfriend to wear makeup and take care of body hair by you. Throwaway got a GF-PROB.
Oof, good start.
My 26M GF24F takes forever in the bathroom, upwards of an hour, sometimes 2. When I playfully ribbed her about this, she'd get irritated, but nothing major. 3 months ago, I was playfully teasing her and she flipped. She said she won't do anything anymore, and true to her word, she hasn't shaved, waxed, or put on makeup since, and wears her hair looking like bedhead. I told her that I got her point and would appreciate it if she resumed doing things that I also do to stay presentable. Her head hair improved a bit, although not even close to how it was before, but she still has hair on her legs and underarms. Semi-unibrow. Now she's saying I have to pay her to resume taking care of herself, which I find crazy as I'm not her sugar daddy. Why should I pay for her to upkeep herself like she's my sugar baby? I understand that it's her body, her choice, etc. But if there are any guys out there who think they should be okay if their GF had long underarm hair, then you're a better man than me. I haven't pushed her to do anything, nor am I enforcing any ultimatums if, as she says, I've been conditioned to want her to look a certain way. Well, that sucks, but it's not my fault. If we broke up, she'd pay for all of this beauty stuff herself, so why should I pay? Anyone who says I'm TA, are you going to then start paying for all of your girlfriend's beauty regimens, or else be fine with 100% body hair and no makeup or hair care ever? Be honest with yourselves.
Oh my God, fuck this guy.
Yeah, well, and so in a rare, this is a very interesting post because now we get the GF side. So I guess they work together. So clearly their relationship is going okay.
They're collabing on a Reddit post. It's great.
That's a fun couple activity. Hey, let's out our huge fights on the internet. GF side. He keeps being a dick about how long I would take in the bathroom. So as he said, I quit things he didn't even realize I was doing. No makeup, no shaving, waxing, no brows, no waxing those mustache hairs. I have curly, frizzy hair, so I stopped using product or straightening, curling with an iron. No mani-pedi, no touching up or redoing my highlights. Do I look like a beast? Sure. Am I a comfy, smug beast? Hell yes. He rightfully pointed out that he takes care of himself for me by shaving his beard and cutting his hair. So I obligingly waxed my upper lip and got a haircut. I'm continuing to do this whole thing because 1, it's less effort for me. 2, it's way cheaper. And 3, now that I stopped, I feel like, why do I ever have to do all this shit? It's unfair. And if I have to do it because both of us have been conditioned to see me doing these things as the basic standards for a woman, then he should pay half the cost. I conservatively spend at least $1,000 a year on brows, shaving supplies, hair products, highlights, haircuts, and makeup. Conservatively. He should have to pay me at least half if he wants me to do it, and extra for painful things like bikini waxes if he wants me to do them again. Otherwise, it's not fair. Both, so I guess they both
whatever.
Weird both part. We love each other a lot and aren't actually fighting. We recognize that we're having a difference in opinion, and since neither has been able to sway the other, we come to the court of public opinion.
Welcome. The court is in session.
Wild post. I mean, let's start with like the fact that this is true. This is just how it works, right? Like, I think that's...
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, look, there's higher standards for women.
Yeah, fucking welcome to womanhood.
Yeah, I didn't make the rules.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. You don't make the rules.
And here's an insight, and you can tell me to back off on this, but like, look, does it bother me if a girl has armpit hair? Of course.
Okay, would you break up with your girlfriend for having armpit hair?
No, but if she said you need to shave your pits, I'd go, all right. If that's what it takes, if that's the fairness that you want, then fine. I'll gladly shave my pits.
Honestly, that seems fair because she's doing the stuff that he's doing. The main thing here is what she says. It's like women do all this shit that men don't even notice until we stop doing it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do it because
if she doesn't want to do it, she shouldn't have to do it.
Yeah, but I think that is grounds to break up, and I wouldn't blame him if you come to expect that.
It would be kind of shallow because he gave her. It's not like she just one day woke up and decided that she didn't want to do this. He gave her shit for doing all this stuff. And she's like, well, okay, fine. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, but
she stopped doing it.
He said sorry, and now she hasn't backed off. Like, I think she's really doubling down here. I mean, look, I guess I
think she's just comfortable and she likes not having to do all this stuff. Have you ever had to get your bikini waxed? I'm sure you haven't.
No, I haven't, Sarah, and I'm not suggesting that it's right. I'm just saying that's sort of the way it is, and like I wouldn't blame him if he broke up with her because I've dated a girl like this, a girl who always looked really good and put into her appearance, and you come to expect that.
Yeah, but then don't shit on her for doing it.
I wouldn't, but I at the same time, that relationship didn't have legs because the relationship was built on the fact that she was good looking.
If you're gonna really dump your girlfriend because she like doesn't shave all the time, then yeah, I feel like it's not a super strong relationship. Anyone's allowed to break up with anyone for whatever reason. It's your prerogative. That comes up in the subreddit all the time, but it's like a kind of shallow choice.
It's shallow, but I just don't know that like her reaction is fair. Like I feel like expecting your girl to not have long armpit hair. I feel like, look, that's pretty damn reasonable to me. That's not the same as a bikini wax and hours of things, but like no unibrow, no long armpit hair. I mean, give me a break.
That's just because women have all these unfair beauty standards that we have to live up to. So yeah, if you want to buy into that,
rules.
Yeah, but you're upholding the rules that are shitty for women. So like, okay, yeah,
because women are hot.
What?
Women are hot. Women are pretty. Women are the finer sex.
How do I even I don't even know how to respond to this right now.
I think there's something there. I think women.
There's something there that women have the onus to be attractive for men. Fuck that.
Why for men? You made it about for men. No, I'm not. You're putting that in my mouth.
Oh, my girlfriend should shave her body hair. This is for men.
I think it's for women and men. Both.
You're saying he'd be justified in dumping her because she's not upholding these beauty standards, and then you're saying they're not doing it for men
and women. I think women judge other women.
Okay,
I think
but
women,
that's not the issue here.
Well, look, do I think he would be the asshole for breaking up with her suddenly? I guess, but like, yeah, I think if she's established that like she's a good-looking gal and he didn't understand the bathroom thing, he gets it now. He learned his lesson, and now she's going to continue looking.
But now she doesn't want to do it because it's a lot of fucking effort and a lot of money. And if she's clearly come to this conclusion on her own that she doesn't want to do it anymore.
Well, yeah, if he really loved her.
She's not doing it to prove a point.
They're 26 and 24. So in my mind, this could lead to marriage or not. And this makes me think it's not going to marriage. Because like, obviously he's not like, there's no way I would break up with her. He's pissed. He's like, she looks like shit.
I mean, he seems just pissed about the paying for it part. And I think him calling her his sugar baby is a little ridiculous because she's just asking him to split the cost, which is honestly reasonable for me. Because if you want someone to do something that they don't really want to do and they're fine not doing, then you should put something in for it.
Okay, look, let me tell you how we address this in my relationship. On an average day, my girlfriend doesn't, do her hair and put on all the makeup and all that stuff. For certain occasions, we're going out, a lot of people going to be there. Then I'll say, hey, can you put on makeup, please?
Okay.
And that's it. That to me is like a negotiation. But like when we're getting...
But if she doesn't want to do it, would you like break up with her?
Over one event? No.
If she decided to stop wearing makeup?
If she was like, I'm never wearing makeup again, yeah, I would be like, well, I think that's crazy.
Why? Alicia Keys doesn't wear makeup all the time. There's plenty of women who don't ever wear makeup.
I don't know because sometimes...
And Danny is Alicia Keys.
Sometimes you need... Yes, my girlfriend is Alicia Keys.
She's as beautiful as her.
Well, sometimes you need to look good. That'd be like me. Well, okay, so what if you're in a relationship with a guy and he's like, gym shorts, that's all I'm wearing for the rest of my life. And he's a programmer and he works from home.
That's not the same because... It would be one thing if your girlfriend came to a wedding in sweatpants and refused to ever dress up, but makeup and stuff is extra.
Okay, but...
This is just extra stuff.
I don't think it's extra, though.
Yes, it is extra.
How can you say it's extra, but at the same time say it's universally expected by society? It's expected by men and women.
It is expected by society, but that doesn't mean that it's right.
I agree that it's not right.
And so it's extra. You don't have to put on makeup.
I can't solve it. It's a well-established thing. I don't think... I understand if someone's like, look, I'm not going to do this. And then the guy's like, okay, well, then you look gross.
Okay, fine. He can say that, but he would kind of be a jerk.
I don't even know if we disagree. Would he be the asshole then if he's like, look, babe, if you're going to have long pit hair, I'm out. You say he's the asshole for that?
It's superficial. I don't think anyone's typically ever an asshole for deciding to break up with someone. Like, people can do what they want.
Yeah.
But it's superficial. It's like your relationship is obviously based on looks a lot.
So are you leaning YTA?
Yeah, I'm leaning YTA.
Well, the question is AITA for wanting my girlfriend to wear makeup and take care of body hair. And I say, no way, Jose. Right now.
He's not the asshole for wanting it. That's the thing. But she doesn't want to do it. And he basically just wants her to want to do all these things. And she doesn't want to. How many times did I say want? Take a drink. And so like he wants her to do something that she doesn't want to do. He's not willing to like put in any sort of like money or anything towards it. And this shit is expensive. Even to get highlights is like probably $300 one time. Yeah,
I mean, I think they can find a middle road, but I'm just going for the low hanging fruit here. Like, yeah,
he's
like,
not the
you've
asshole
got a
for
mustache,
wanting it.
Armpit hair. I'm talking about basics here.
Well,
basic makeup.
Honestly, his headline is not even what he's asking. Like, he's not the asshole for wanting his girlfriend to do this stuff. He is an asshole because he's like not even facilitating what he wants in any way. He's just expecting her to like put in all the money and effort when she doesn't care.
You're right. I think a fair negotiation would hear like, all right, back down a bit. Don't ask for the full, because this girl sounds like she was one of those girls who like I dated a girl for a while, and I mean it was everything. She would have caked on makeup, like for no. It's like, babe, we're going to McDonald's. Like, why?
Sir, this is an Arby's,
right? And like, so. He could pay for some things sometimes, like for occasions. Yeah. But okay, can I get like she should shave her pits though?
I don't know.
You're not a feminazi. You're coming off like you're a feminazi. Your pits are shaved?
Yeah, that's because I personally don't like having armpit hair.
Oh, you're personal. So now you get to transcend society.
No, because you can choose to buy into this or not. She's choosing not to. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I know, but like, why don't you have armpit hair? Because it looks really bad on a woman.
I just personally don't like it, and it makes me sweat. I feel
it doesn't make you sweat.
I feel like it just makes me sweatier. Just because we a woman chooses to adhere to beauty standards doesn't mean that like everybody has to. And it doesn't make you
okay,
wrong
but if
or right.
one of your friend had armpit hair, wouldn't you think it was gross?
I would think it's abnormal because you don't see it everywhere.
You're not grossed out at all by it.
No, I mean, I just did an article about this. Like Emily Rada, however you pronounce her last name, posted on. She posed on the cover of Harper's Bazaar with like full armpit hair, and people flip their shit. And I was just like, this is yet another example of like this double standard. I literally wrote a whole article about it. So yeah, I think I can back up this opinion. This was a week ago also.
I would be more open if this is a big feminist thing, and I don't really think it is, but if the women were like, hey, guys, we want you to shave your pits too, I'd be like, fair enough. But I'm not backing down from it looks gross. I just don't think women care about it on
But
guys.
You don't think armpit hair looks gross on men?
Well, I don't care about men's armpits. I rarely see men's armpits. Men have men wear sleeves. I hang out with guys who wear sleeves.
You need to go to the gym more.
I know. Daniel J says 100% sure this is a white couple.
Honestly, probably true.
I agree. I don't know why exactly, but yeah. Scotty J says, no assholes here. Ask her if she'll shave her legs once a week or two and her armpits, whatever. If she fancies that, you can pay for her nails and you should grow a beard.
What does a beard have to do with anything?
Because that was one of the things that he does for her is shave his beard.
Oh, I see.
Genevieve R says this relationship sounds exhausting. That's way true. Sloan S, I feel myself slightly siding with your girlfriend because I understand all the effort and money women put into themselves. I've been on the receiving end of, quote, you're so naturally beautiful, you don't need all that makeup. And then when I don't wear makeup, I get, quote, wow, did you sleep okay? You look exhausted.
Literally.
You opened up a can of worms by telling her to stop spending so much time getting ready because now she knows how easy and simple it is to put the same effort as men do.
Yes.
With all that being said, you both need to chill out, kiss and make up already. Haha, see what I did there? Because she said kiss and make up.
Make up. Aha.
I can see your side to an extent. I just don't think his expectations are that unreasonable. That's what
Some of them are not that unreasonable, but it's like if she doesn't want to do it, he just is trying to make her do it.
He's not bending at all.
Yeah,
I'll give you that.
He's just like, I just want you to do what you were doing before that I not only took for granted, but shit on you for doing.
True.
And now that like it doesn't benefit me, I want you to go back to doing it. Like,
no,
it's fucking annoying.
Bend, he should give a little bit. But going back to the like central question, is he the asshole for wanting it and wanting her to take care of body hair? I guess I am leaning YTA as this goes on because he's being rigid. He's not acknowledging that she has new feelings. He created those new feelings, which is unfortunate for him.
Yeah,
but
he played himself. Because I kind of want to just break this down for you. Some of these things, it's not that crazy. The hair was reasonable to be like, you need to brush your hair. That's just like a hygiene thing as far as I'm concerned. You know, when he was saying like, it looks like she has bedhead. So that's fair. Okay, she waxes her eyebrows. Groupons have that for about like $12, $15.
Okay.
And that's done about every 2 to 5 weeks. Same thing with threading. It like will run you the same amount of money. A decent straightener, which we can presume that she had, will cost you $50. Highlights are going to run you in the couple hundreds. You should get those every 6 months.
That's when you get streaks in your hair?
Yeah, that's what she had. That's what I have right now. A bikini wax, I didn't even look up, but it's
over $100.
My foundation alone cost me $40.
And how long does that last? That's the foundational makeup. That's the first layer of makeup.
Yeah, not everybody wears foundation. I don't know. I mean, you're supposed to probably replace it every 6 months, but like I'm cheap, so I just use it until I have none. A good tube of mascara is $10 minimum, and that's even if you go to the drugstore.
Hey, what kind of makeup does a philanthropist girl wear?
What?
Foundation.
Ha!
Folks, it's expensive.
You have to get the makeup. You got to get the brushes to apply it. You have to replace this shit. Like any of these things that you do are ongoing for the rest of your life. Razor blades, fucking $20. Like, what is that about?
And they're more expensive.
And they're more expensive.
Women.
Exactly.
The pink tax, people.
The pink tax.
Look, I think he's being rigid in terms of the relationship. She woke up basically. She exited the matrix. Megan L says, I wanted to reach through the screen and choke this guy, YTA. This guy seems like a real waffle.
Okay.
I guess he is kind of waffling because he was kind of like, hey, don't take so much time in the bathroom. Whoa, I didn't know you were going to look like a monster. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Jillian S says, no assholes here. I totally get being this petty and get realizing there isn't always a need to be 100%. Maybe have a discussion or an agreement on how important these things are not. Maybe agree to make up on date nights or weekends. There's a way to be minimal without looking like a bed sloth. Respect for your partner is important on both sides here. I think that's pretty damn reasonable, people. We do live in reality. Women are better looking than men. Can I get that out of? Can I get you to agree with that? There is more.
All women are better looking than all men.
I'm saying that society places more emphasis on how women look than men. I mean, give me a break.org.
Yeah, that's true, but that doesn't mean it's like okay. Well, or good thing.
But I don't think you can just decide that and then it goes away. I agree with you.
Sure, but you can decide to not
I think
buy
it's horrible that I want to have sex with dozens of women and it's all I think about. I think it's terrible, but there's nothing I can do about it.
Right, but you're not doing it, so you're not buying into it. And this is what this girl is doing.
Well, but it's still there, though. I'm not pursuing it. I'm not acting on the impulse, but the impulse is still there. So, like, that's just the way the world is. Like, I don't. Okay, yeah. The reason society places a value on how women look isn't because of like, oh gosh, women. It's because like men chase women. Like,
it's
that's
because
how it
women
works.
were not like worth anything for centuries and centuries beyond what they looked like.
I mean, I think it's a little harsh, but yes.
But it's true.
Yeah,
like,
you're
women
right.
were just like, oh, who's the fairest maiden in the village that I can make my wife?
That's a good point. Okay, look, bottom line, I think we do agree. I don't think the guy is an asshole for being literal about the title.
Right.
But in the situation, he's not giving her an inch, and he's got to give her an inch because he's the one who woke her up out of the beauty matrix.
The verdict is YPY. You played yourself.
There we go. YPYYTA. AITA for refusing to take pics with my friend who is editing me to look heavier. This is from Dear Prudence. I have 3 close friends I've known since high school. 2 of them love social media, and whenever we're together, they take pictures to post online. I don't really like social media and only have 1 account, which I rarely check. When I was having lunch with one of my friends, she told me that, quote, Sally had been editing some photos she posted to make me look heavier and showed me the before she had on her phone and the after Sally posted. There was a noticeable difference. I find this behavior really odd, and I'm not sure how to address it with Sally, since I never imagined this would be a situation I would have to bring up with a friend. I want to ask her why she's doing this and also to stop, but if they're her photos, I can't really control what she does with them. Should I decline to be in any photos she takes? It makes me uncomfortable that she's publicly changing my body. AITA.
The funny thing about this is that unless this girl is a total Photoshop wizard, which I doubt, people can tell that she's edited the photos and the rest of the photo is going to look really wonky.
Yeah.
I want to see these is what I'm trying to say.
I do want to see them
Sally,
too.
send us the pics.
I mean, I think she could pull it off, but this is just crazy. I mean, this is almost a validation post because it's like, well, clearly your friend is sick.
And
she's
also,
making propaganda against you to make you look like shit.
Yeah, she also didn't write into AITA, so like we can't call it a validation post because she wrote into Dear Prudence to be like, what should I do? You know what I mean?
I added the AITA.
Yeah. No, of course.
YPY, you played yourself, Danny. Well, no, but should I decline to be in any photos she takes? That's still her question. It's still like, well, yeah, Susan, of course.
Yeah, but first she needs to get to the bottom of this. If this is really her friend, to be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's just so weird and so psycho. But look, it's not, you know what? All these things fit together, Sarah.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not talking out of my ass here. I feel like you're a little upset at me, but like I didn't make the rules. My brain, the male brain, cares a lot about how women look. And I also think women care about how women look a lot. Now, men don't really care at all how other men look. I mean, to a very limited extent.
Correct.
I, for one, have always found Johnny Depp very attractive. I don't know why. He's attractive to me. I don't know. I can't explain it beyond that. And so, but the thing is, this is harmful to women. I don't deny this. I think you need to control it and be aware of it as much as possible. And God, I mean, this is just mentally ill that this friend would edit her friend.
I mean, this is really like the same bride as before. What if it's just the same woman?
Right.
Just being this total monster to the one friend.
She needs to wear green and we'll fix her in post. That's my
we'll
plan
just make her heavier in post.
For the wedding. So, yeah, I mean... Well, because here, too, I think that this is about going beyond men, right? Like, I do think also that women do this for other women.
Okay.
No?
Yeah, I think that she is just doing this for herself. Right now, we don't really know
she wants
who this
to look
is for.
Better in pictures than her friend. I say she's trying to present as skinnier than she really is for everyone.
Yeah, I think, okay, yes, for everyone.
Well, for everyone. Well, that's men and women and the other genders. Relax, gender non-binaries. I got you.
Yeah, it sounds like she's trying to do this for herself and also for everyone.
There we go.
Because she's doing it in a sneaky way so that she looks better by comparison.
It's not her Tinder photos. It's her photos going on her Instagram. Women like to look good for other women too.
Sure.
Lisa P says, NTA, that's not your friend. That's a trash person with insecurity issues.
I love that. I'm going to steal that.
Allison C says, NTA, OMG, I'm a total fat ass. I'm definitely the ugly friend and never would I ever do this to anyone, much less my friend. It's pathetic. IMO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is just like, I don't even know what this is because it's like it just doesn't, I guess it does. No, it doesn't work because if I was like, I wouldn't be looking at a girl's Instagram, for instance, like on a male level, like attracting males level, and be like, oh, she's the hottest one of her friends. Like, I don't care. She's either hot or she's not hot.
That's interesting. Okay. I'm like, this kind of goes against like all of my experience, but like, yeah.
Okay, because you're saying, well, no, but how would this work? Like a guy can tell if you're hot or not. It's not about who you're surrounded with. Otherwise, why don't you just take pictures with freaking giraffe heads or something?
Oh, man, because my giraffe heads are delayed off Amazon.
They haven't come in yet?
Well, I get what you're saying.
You think it works?
No. I don't think it's like, I don't know what she's getting at.
Right.
I think
crazy.
She's just irrational. I just think she's doing it to like make herself feel better.
So she puts it up there and then she's like, look at me. I'm so skinny. And
there was like this, there was this phenomenon a couple of years ago. Do you remember this? I think they even made a movie about it. It was called The Duff, the designated ugly fat friend.
Yeah.
You remember this?
No.
Oh, the premise is just like, and this is not true unless I am the Duff, that every friend group has like this designated ugly fat friend to make everybody else feel better. I think that was the premise of this movie.
I'm literally angry at you that you would suggest that you're the Duff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Sarah weighs 100 pounds.
No, that's
has
not
blonde hair and blue eyes. She's like, I'm the fat friend.
No, but it's like, you know how you're like, oh, if you don't have the one friend that everyone hates, like it's you or whatever. I'm just like, none of my friend groups have this.
Right.
It was a joke. It was a joke. But no, that was a phenomenon.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I mean, but why are you saying this goes against your experience? I guess you're saying that because you go to a bar. And then,
just because the guys will go for the hottest friend.
They go for the hottest friend.
They don't like judge on like a binary.
Yeah, well, that's in front of them because they can, get any one of them. But this isn't a picture.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think this is why. I mean, this is not, but this almost seems malicious and not body dysmorphic. Because if she was dysmorphic, she would edit herself. Yeah,
it's totally weird. It's malicious and very targeted because exactly what you're saying. There's so many people who like Facetune the shit out of their bodies so they're unrecognizable, but she's not doing that. She's just making her one friend look heavier.
I have a story about this. I don't know if I told you this, Sarah. It's kind of embarrassing. So in 2014, I was down and out, baby. I had no job. I had no money. Things were rough. I turned to marijuana, smoking a lot, and I started flirting with this girl on Instagram. She was so hot on Instagram. And I eventually flew out to meet her. I planned a 5-day stay at her place.
Oh my God, this is an episode of Catfish.
And when I got in the car at the Denver airport, which by the way, hell of an airport, as you know.
As I know.
Got in the car, literally recoiled with shock seeing the disparity between her Insta and her real life appearance. Good looking girl nonetheless, but like I was expecting a 10 and I got, less than a 10. Not trying to shit on her. She's an attractive girl. She just didn't look exactly how I pictured her. So I was shook.
Yeah, people do all types of crazy shit on Instagram. I mean, the makeup and the contouring is just one step.
Right.
That, first of all, I don't have the time or effort or hand-eye coordination to do. But people, like, you can really edit yourself to make yourself look like a totally different person. My favorite subreddit, you should check it out. It's called Instagram Reality, where they'll
act like I haven't already binged it, girl.
Okay, great.
I love
it's the
that
best.
Sub. We got a link to the sub.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so when I was at her place for 5 days, she came up to me and she goes, "What do you think? Can I post this?" And she had Facetuned this picture. She looked like an alien.
Yep.
I was like, that doesn't look like a person, sweetie. Like,
people love to do like the big anime eyes. Then you blur your nose so you basically don't have a nose anymore. It's like, why are we doing this?
So then the cringiest part of the story is that I drive Toyotas, and my Toyota van, it turns off the headlights automatically because it's a car that makes sense. And her car did not do that. So I left the headlights on all night after taking it for a little spin. That killed the battery. Remember how I had no money? Well, it was $300 to like get the car towed and whatever and get the battery. And I was like, I simply cannot pay you. Otherwise, I will have $0. So I said, all right, girlfriend, I will get you later. And then I lost my headphones and I stole her headphones and she's texted me like, WTF. I was like, I will get you back for all this later. And like 2 months later, I had to send her like $400. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm not
well, at least you got it.
Yeah, no, I got it and then some. So
all right, you could have like disappeared into the wind, which was I thought this story was going there.
So you wrote here, let's flip it. What about friends who edit you to make you look better? Yes, Danny, this is a thing. Already arguing with me. I haven't even had an input, Sarah.
It's just because you don't understand some crazy ass things that women do that women actually do.
This is pretty wild.
Thank you.
Tell me, how does that work?
This happened to me. Okay, well, I was actually floored. I was at a party with my brothers. I was actually floored. As an intro, I was at a party with one of my friends. She took a photo, full body. Everything looked great.
Okay.
She took Facetune and blurred out her like cellulite. And I was like, yo, people are actually doing this out here. I thought it was just the Kardashians. No.
That's crazy.
So then I was at an event. I was wearing like booty shorts, as I tend to do. My friend just like jokingly took a video of my butt. And she was going to post it. And then she was like, oh, wait, do you want me to like blur out your cellulite first? And I was like, no. So like,
yeah,
it's like, what if the situation was reversed? Who would be the asshole?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be so offended. I would be weirded out though.
I wasn't offended, but I kind of was because I'm just like, I don't do that stuff.
Were you offended that she asked because then she's like calling out your cellulite? Or
no, everybody has cellulite. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I've always found Instagram very grotesque. I've never liked it. I think Facebook is a lot better.
Oh God,
I've always thought
saying
that.
Something.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if I just don't follow shitty people, but I've always enjoyed using Facebook more than Instagram. I find that Instagram is a lot of bullshit. It's saccharine moments. It's happy. Look at me in front of the waterfall. I never care about anything on there. I mean, now there are more tweets and stuff, but I'll just go to Twitter for tweets where I have like fucking fire people to follow. So like, I have never grasped it. I find it to be basically propaganda and marketing for people, and that's why But Sarah, hear me out on this. That's why Instagram versus reality is a thing, but not Facebook versus reality.
Oh yeah,
Facebook has its problems. Okay, people. Yeah, I was an anti-vaxxer for 2 years, and 15 kids died because I convinced a whole elementary school class in North Dakota to stop vaccinating. But that was a part of my life that is over. Sarah's looking at me like
I was like, wait, are you serious? It took me a while to figure it out.
No, I think Facebook has its problems.
Facebook is terrible in its own way because Facebook is all just fear mongering.
Yeah.
And like
the
shitty
outrage.
Fake news. Yeah.
Yes.
But Instagram is equally terrible because it's all just people who don't even look like themselves parading around, and it's terrible.
I think it's terrible. We are a very sick culture. Have you ever seen on Instagram versus reality, they call out the Kardashians a lot for their diapers because the way their butts are on, like when they're at certain angles, it looks like they're wearing giant diapers.
Yeah, because if you have a big butt, you also have to just anatomically have thick thighs to like support your butt, but they don't do that. So that's where the diaper comes from.
Because, I see. Because like your muscles would develop, but they don't have real butts.
Yeah, exactly. So it just ends up looking like a weird droopy diaper.
Ugh, so gross. So AITA for refusing to take pics with my friend who's editing me to look heavier. I mean, there's no question here.
No.
I think in general, I think we can find some middle ground here because men are monsters and we do like women who are attractive, which is stupid. And
I mean, no, like everybody likes people who are attractive. people like people who are attractive to them.
Yeah. I mean, I think women are less shallow than men. They say women want you for your money, but I think it's more broad. I think it's success, not money.
Yeah, and like ambition. I think it's more like what it reveals about your character than I mean, to be clear, like gold diggers exist, but
yeah, of course,
yeah,
of course.
I'm with
but
you.
The broad swath of women, I think, are less shallow, and men we're like, me see thing, me like, me see shiny, me likey. But like, what I think is interesting is that, this Instagram culture, I think we agree that it's toxic for everyone, and it's toxic for men. It's toxic for everyone because it's just like, it's fake. People don't exist.
I feel like men probably play into it too. They're just like airbrushing their abs or whatever. I'm sure there are men that do this.
Oh, I can think of one right now that definitely does stuff like this. But yeah, it's like, just, I don't know, put a picture of you crying or looking fat or something. I put up some ugly pictures and then they bomb, of course, because nobody wants that.
Yeah, just like it's okay to edit the lighting to make the photo brighter and like, and apply a nice filter to make the colors look better.
Right.
But just don't just change the way you actually look. It's insanity.
So we agree, of course, AITA for reason, take pics of my friend. We say...
NTA.
And the other person is. All right, it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, listener submissions. I've been saying that a while. I don't know that it is.
Submissions?
No, that it's everyone's favorite part of the show.
I know. I thought we should conduct a survey.
Yeah, we really should figure it out.
Let us know. Also, I've been dying to ask you this. I should have done it when we were not recording. Danny has the entire alphabet on his shirt, minus the letter C.
So it's a hepatitis C shirt that I found at this flop house I used to live at. And my girlfriend hates his shirt, and I'm not supposed to wear it in front of human beings.
Oh, well, now I feel like the asshole for bringing it up. Okay.
No, I like it. It's got holes in it, and it's got permanent stains. You know when a shirt has a permanent stain?
It's a good shirt. It's been through some stuff.
Well, what I like about it is that it has no C because it's about hepatitis C. You're like, okay, that's clever. But it has this other thing going on where A, O, and Y look different than all the other letters.
Yeah.
And that signifies nothing.
I love it.
So it's just a weird shirt. And I think it's kind
fun.
Of clever and fun and interesting. And I think people should be aware of Hep C. Stop sharing your needles, listeners. What are you guys doing? God.
Agreed. I like the typography. It's a good shirt.
AITA for telling my sister that getting into shape would improve her chances of getting a boyfriend. Are Sarah and I going to keep fighting, guys? It's getting ugly.
Maybe.
Last week, my older sister, who is 29, Rachel, confided in me, 26 straight male, that she hates that all the guys she wants aren't interested in her, and she feels awful that she's never had a serious boyfriend at almost 30. That
relatable. God damn it.
I was about to say, that doesn't remind me of anyone I'm sitting across from. Anyway, she asks how it's possible I've had girlfriends consistently for the last 10 years and how I do it. Rachel hasn't been to the gym in almost 5 years and rarely eats healthy. And while she isn't obese, she's definitely overweight. I'm a CrossFit enthusiast and did track in college. So I told her one thing that's always helped my chances is that I've always been in shape. I told her that in addition to the health benefits and improving self-esteem, working out may help her odds at attracting male attention. She got really mad at me for implying she's fat, called me shallow, and told me that she only wants to date someone who is okay with her being overweight. I said I totally understand, but that the hard truth is more guys will find her attractive if she gets into shape. I didn't say thin or even lose weight, just healthy and in shape. AITA for giving her some tough love, hoping that it might help her become healthier.
I'm honestly kind of torn on this because I feel like his execution was as delicate as it could have been.
Yeah, I'm not torn at all. I think this is tough love. I think, look, Rachel's miserable. She doesn't want to accept reality. The thing is, look, you can exit the Matrix and you can say, I refuse to participate in the Matrix. And you can do that by being a lesbian. Or if you're a girl who's hot enough. Well, because this is all related to the same thing, right? She has a right to be overweight.
Do you actually think that like no man on earth would ever want to date a woman who's overweight? Because it's literally untrue. Just like objectively not true.
Well,
you're saying her options are to like literally not date men.
She could lower her standards.
Yes.
That's the problem here, right? It's the guys that she wants aren't interested in her. So yeah.
Well, we don't know about them, but we can maybe assume that they're male models or whatever.
Well, yeah, I don't think they're male models, Sarah. They're probably just, pretty people are more attractive than her. You know, that's kind of how it goes. We're fighting already. Oh boy. Shit.
We're fighting already.
I mean, look, if you're an overweight girl, the market is not going to look good for you. That's just what it is. I don't make the rules.
I don't really agree. I think that there are plenty of people who find overweight people attractive. I think maybe the angle is like the expectations. Like, I don't try to date male models because I'm not in that league. So I think it's just more about expectations and standards and not necessarily even weight.
I don't know. I think that's stupid. First of all, that you don't think you could pull down a male model, I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass here. I mean, I think, you know, you're a great looking gal. You're not a model. You know,
I'm not yet. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy, I offended her. There's nothing I can say, folks.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, look, guys, I'm not saying guys are 100% shallow. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you can't date up looks wise as a girl, because that's out there and it happens. I'm just saying
rare.
It's not. I think it's rare, but it's not that rare, because I know guys that are 10s and I'm ready to date them, but their girlfriends aren't that hot. Anyway, that's a different topic.
Honestly, give them my Instagram.
Gladly will. I'm always promoting you. But Sarah, listen, I'm just saying, if you are overweight, you are not going to get, because look, girls being overweight is unattractive. Now, there are girls who are overweight who can carry their weight well. There's
I think
a difference.
You could just say that society in general like has a problem with overweight people and they're not seen as the pinnacle of attraction.
Why do you keep wanting to do that?
Because you're putting it on women when the problem also applies to men.
No, but women don't give a shit about how fat men are. We already agreed on that. They give less of a shit.
Maybe less of a shit, but still a shit.
A lot less of a shit. You just said it. You said it's less common to see a girl dating up. Well, why is that?
Why are you equating all of attractiveness to just weight right now?
Because for men, I'm saying weight is a big one.
Okay, but it's not the only one.
But it's a huge one for guys. You would date a guy who's overweight.
I have dated a guy who's overweight.
You. But I'm telling you, guys don't like overweight girls. If she's curvy, then that can fly. That can help out a bit.
Well, we don't know anything about how she carries her weight.
Well, she probably doesn't carry it that well.
Why do you say that?
Because she's not pulling in the guy she wants to get. You know, I don't think she's delusional. I think she's probably just seeking out, you know, average to decent looking guys. And it's like, well, you're an overweight girl, so they're not going to pine for you.
The standard for overweight is like it's a pretty low threshold.
Well, yeah, I mean, she's
like, if I gain 10 more pounds, I will technically be overweight.
That's a fucking case.
It's not a lie.
You are frustrating me so much.
But it's true. It's like, it's actually.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. But you're like, what, 5 feet tall?
Yes.
Okay. So if you increase your body weight by 20%, then fine. Maybe you would
Then I'll be overweight. But then it's like, no one's ever going to want to date me?
No.
First of all, nobody wants to date me right now.
Okay. Well, that's a different topic. But that's because you're obnoxious and you argue with me, Sarah. No. So look, I think that this guy wasn't in the wrong at all. I think, look, I don't know why you're fighting me on this, Sarah. Weight is big for guys. Like, I don't think that's crazy to say. She's freaking 29. Like, if she doesn't have a super pretty face or whatever, like, she's going to struggle to pull in the guy she wants in a way that is really hard to address in any other way. Like, it matters. I don't make the rules.
I think it's just not necessarily true is all. I think his execution was honestly good and delicate. I think she's just being offended and like upset when she's mad at him for implying.
Well, because she doesn't want to accept it. It's like, Rachel, it's your fault. It's society's fault too. It's society's fault too. But as I said before, it is a reflection of nature, of men's nature, of God, sure, that guys are attracted to thinner women. I didn't make the rules here. Yes, I know at certain points in history, whatever, being overweight has been attractive, but for the most part, fit people are attractive, and men place a greater emphasis on looks.
The root of the problem is probably that the people she wants to date don't want to date her.
So you're saying lower your standards, Rach.
Or just like get a more realistic view of your standards. I don't think that's like bad.
Well, yeah, if you're
to say to someone, and I don't think that he's the asshole for being like,
no.
Oh, I've gone to the gym and like met people at the gym. Well, I don't think he's an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling her that she's got to lose some weight. She's overweight.
He's implying it, but he didn't outright say it. So that's why he's not an asshole.
Height is very important to women.
Okay.
Girls love a tall man.
Sure.
Okay. And this is the classic unfairness that the incels love to talk about. They say, oh, well, there's nothing I can do about my height.
Yeah, what am I going to tell you, to grow 3 inches?
Yeah, well, what I would tell Rachel to do is then why don't you find a short guy to date? Because a short guy will be down.
That's untrue because so many short guys have like a fucking Napoleon complex.
That's true.
No, I just...
That's so true.
Look, I actually don't think that he did anything wrong. I just think that like him placing all the emphasis on the weight is perhaps untrue.
So you think Rachel might also have a shitty personality?
Maybe.
She's like, I love Jamba Juice.
Who likes Jamba Juice? Oh my God, it's like 2019. Rachel, get it together.
SJ, NTA, if anyone is to be honest, it's a sibling. Sis needs to take a hard look in the mirror and assess what she is putting out there as a first impression. Generally speaking, I think first opinions matter and are sometimes lasting impressions. I don't know why that...
that's just, that comment is so steeped in fat phobia. That's like a yikes.
I don't know. I don't think it's fat phobic. I think
it kind of is to just imply that you're putting a bad first impression just because you are fat.
Well, but she's not pulling in guys she wants to attract to date her. They're not saying that it's wrong to be fat. It's saying, look, if you want people to want to bang you, you got to look not overweight. That's the kinds of guys you want. She's the one who's dissatisfied with the guys. She wants to get the guys.
So then my thing would be try to find different guys.
Lower standards, but you don't want to call it
or
that.
Just change your standards.
You keep saying that, Sarah, but like their hierarchies are real.
You know
They're
what?
real. I don't make the rules.
Yeah, so I think this could be less, if she doesn't want to change herself, it's less about changing yourself on the outside and more about just like, changing your expectations and being like,
look, I'll say this. She could, I'll try to go with you.
All
okay.
Right.
She could change her standards to focus less on looks and find guys who have interesting personalities.
I'm with that.
Okay.
Because I think, look, you're not just going to like, you can't run on the same hamster wheel of like, I don't want to change anything about myself, but I want this specific type of person to like me. That's just like that's not going to work.
Right.
You can't just like will it into the universe. This isn't the secret. Yeah. So something's got to change. If she doesn't want to change her weight, which is totally fine.
She's allowed.
She should change what she's looking for.
I think we can find a middle ground there. Myrna F, NTA, honestly, if what this post says is true, she sounds like a female incel. Most likely she already feels bad herself and didn't want confirmation that how she feels is probably the truth.
Honestly, how is she? She's not an incel. She's not like, oh, men should die.
Well, I mean, I think it's funny.
Oh my God.
Well, no, because look, I think you're in New York. I think that's your problem because I feel like we are. Well, because look, you know, you struggle with guys in New York, but like this is something I've heard from lots of women.
Big facts.
I mean, I've heard it in everything. Everyone in New York thinks they can do better. Like dating in New York is hell.
It's literally hell. Maybe I'm 10 and I'm in hell.
Yeah, that might be.
No, I just got 10,000 Instagram followers. I can't be in hell.
Oh my God, you have 10,000 Insta?
Yeah.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you. I can swipe up to this podcast episode now, so follow me, Sarah F. Carter.
There we go. So I don't want to because now I feel like I'm talking about Sarah. But yeah, it is a little weird.
This is about me now.
That she's almost 30 and hasn't pulled in a guy. So clearly she does need to rearrange either the standards or do what her brother is saying. And the way he put it is fair and reasonable.
Yeah, I think the way he put it is fair. And I don't have any problem with that. I just feel like he could have maybe also addressed this other aspect. But this is not, am I perfect? This is, am I the asshole?
Jillian S. says, YTA, maybe she wants someone she can binge DQ with. And who doesn't, folks? I love a DQ.
Where do you even have a DQ around here in New Jersey? Ugh.
Oh my God, there's a DQ on 14th Street. Quit acting. You're not better than DQ. Do not insult my God. This is my one. Yeah.
I don't think they have any on Long Island, so I never grew up with them.
Yeah,
I'm all about Friendlies.
There's one or two in the city. I don't know what Friendlies is. It's not part of the
Friendlies.
It's
you don't know what Friendlies is?
No, what is it?
Oh my God, it's amazing. It's kind of like Denny's, but a little more expensive, a little less trashy. They have ice cream.
Sold.
It's amazing.
Have you never had a Blizzard?
I don't think so.
Oh, you're literally dead. That's why no guy will date you. Like, what? You never had a Blizzard? You're not even alive.
You're right. That comes up on every single one of my dates.
Madison L says, I'd say YTA because what you said is also just not true. You could have said, quote, I attract girls because I'm confident. My confidence comes from being fit. Let's find something that makes you feel better about yourself. I know plenty of girls that are overweight or even obese that have never had trouble finding a date when they wanted one. A lot of attracting a partner is in your own behavior, not your weight. Putting her down more is basically the opposite of helpful.
I agree with her general sentiment. I think she's coming at the brother a little bit harshly. He's not putting her down is basically what I'm saying. But I agree with her sentiment because there are tons of people who are overweight who are like women who are overweight who pull guys. I don't think we need to totally tone police him and be like, your answer wasn't completely perfect and by the book. You know, I think he did a decent job.
You know what is kind of pushing me more to hate OP is that he's a CrossFit guy.
Right? Ew, fucking Chad. I bet his name is Chad.
That just kind of switched me up a bit because now I'm like, he is kind of myopic that it's all about that.
Exactly. Now it's... Yeah, a CrossFit person, he's not just a regular dude who goes to Planet Fitness. Like, he cares a lot about fitness.
Yeah, like...
So he might be projecting a little bit.
Exactly. I feel like Rachel has other issues.
Right. That's my whole thing. It's like he just went directly for the weight. He didn't say oh, well, what types of guys are you going for?
Yeah, you're right. It didn't feel like he really wanted to understand where she was at.
No.
I'm starting to maybe push into a-hole territory.
Whoa!
Because he doesn't really get out of her what she wants. And like, he doesn't really explore that. He just sort of throws his thing onto her. Still, I think he's speaking from the heart and he didn't say anything mean. He was just saying what he did. I don't know if I'm ready to go all the way to YTA territory.
It's totally fair.
Christopher T says NTA only because y'all are siblings.
This is weird to me. Like, why? Why is it just because you're siblings? Like, why not? What if it's my best friend? What if it's my cousin?
Well, if you're close enough with people, you know, you're supposed to be honest. Yeah. That's tough love, right? Because you know it comes from a place of they're trying to make you better. They're not just trying to rip you down.
Exactly. I just felt like the way he phrased it was like, only because you're siblings, but nothing else would be okay. Anybody else would be the asshole.
Yeah.
Another thing that I thought was like funny / interesting was like, okay, she's asking her younger brother for advice on how he gets a lot of girlfriends.
Yeah.
But I don't even think that it's a fair comparison because just in my experience, it's way easier for guys to get a girlfriend than the reverse. And this is not just my experience. This is just like talking to my friends and also observing the world.
Yeah.
So I think he's kind of not really acknowledging how difficult it is in general.
I don't know. I feel like that's a New York thing. I'm not ready to subscribe to that notion.
Okay. I lived in Atlanta and it was kind of the same.
Do you think that that's... I'm not trying to doubt you. I don't know that what you're saying is true.
I don't doubt you, but in not so many words, I'm doubting you.
Well, no, I don't know.
Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I didn't do the apps, and that's what I was going to say. Is this from the apps? The apps ultimately are always in men's favor because they can brute force, you know, go on 10 dates at a time and...
Women are the gatekeeper in a lot of the beginning stages in dating, and then men are the gatekeeper like when it comes to actually defining it.
So you're saying that men these days are running around spreading the seed, but they're hard to lock down.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying in like a weird metaphorical way.
I see that in my own life, you know. I'm always like, what is my girlfriend doing with me? She must be crazy.
Maybe.
You know?
Or maybe she just dated in New York for one too many years.
Yeah.
And finally snapped.
I'm a good person,
Just
but
kidding.
good Lord, she's quite successful. And me, all I got is a Patreon with 2 people. By the way, get on our Patreon, people, please. $5 a month. We need your support.
Yes.
Just get on there. We'd really appreciate it. We work really hard
Danny
on the
needs
show.
this. This is his livelihood.
And my girlfriend's going to finally leave me if we don't get a 3rd Patreon subscriber soon. Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's a way to be careful with this. I think he's probably a fitness guy. And I think you're really right, Sarah. Ultimately, I've really come to the middle on this. Yes, weight is hugely important to men, but this girl can also just rearrange her standards.
Oh, right.
And I might even come for you a bit, Sarah, and say maybe you should stop trying to meet guys at bars and, you know, find a hobby that isn't darts. What
okay,
the fuck
darts is
darts?
fun and I'm pretty
Darts
good at
sucks,
it.
Sarah. Do not bring up darts to me like it's normal. Do an improv class. There you go. Those guys
I actually did improv in high school.
You should do an improv class. Those improv guys, they would love you.
Yeah. I don't know. Are improv people normal?
No, God, no.
Exactly.
I was such a little creeper boy when I took improv classes.
Great, you're really selling this.
2013. I was like, hey, as I did improv in college, I'm famous. Hey, touch me, please. So yeah, AITA for telling my sister that getting into shape would improve her chances of getting a boyfriend. I have moved slightly toward YTA territory, but I got to go with no assholes here nonetheless.
Yeah, I would still go with no assholes here. I just think this dude could also be educated a little bit.
All right, folks, we're going to wrap up with some Guess the Verdict. We got some juicy Guess the Verdicts here. Sarah, get ready for this. AITA for telling my GF that male genital mutilation, circumcision,
oh boy,
is equally as bad as female genital mutilation.
YTA, and you're also just categorically wrong.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Chem Possible. Which is
I love
a great
that.
username. I didn't even get it. YTA, if you think that completely removing a woman's ability to experience sexual pleasure is the same as circumcision. By that thinking, removing a baby's arm is the same as clipping his nails. Now, that is a good comment. But I am going to attack the logic there a little bit. I mean, if you are female circumcised, that means they take her clit off, but can't you still have vaginal pleasure or what?
Well, you kind of really need the clit to be stimulated to have penetrative sex because you need to get wet somehow.
Got it.
And you can't really enjoy sex. But on the other hand, as much as I liked that girl's analogy, you don't only cut fingernails when you're a baby, and you don't, you know what I mean? You don't need to like anesthetize the baby to cut their fingernails. It's not a perfect analogy is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, and on the other hand, I think what's alarming to some men about circumcision, and I've looked into this, because it is done without our consent. And that's a little weird, but ultimately what I've come to, and I've done a lot of research on this. Didn't like my phrase,
Why?
what I've come to. That was uncomfortable. Why? Because Sarah, part of my penis is gone. So I'm wondering why it was taken from me. Okay. I don't got a lot to work with, and part of it was taken. Why was it taken?
Oh, man.
So what I've come here's the strongest thing.
Yeah.
Here, and the people that I finally figured out, I go, I know who knows about this. It's the guys who had late in life circumcision. Those people have the answers because, they got to do it with the old foreskin attached, and then they got it without. And all the guys pretty much say that it's better.
With a foreskin?
Well, no, without. Better or the same or different, but just as good. Like there's no like resounding people like, oh, I lost it. I should have kept my foreskin. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, as a Jew, I'm not the right person to ask about foreskins. AITA for going to a convention that I was a guest speaker at instead of my grandfather's funeral.
Ooh, that is confusing. I mean, you're a guest speaker instead of a funeral. I'm going to go with no assholes here.
That's pretty good guess.
Wow.
OP was like 23, 24 at the time, just starting out in their career, invited to be a speaker at this convention in his field. OP's estranged from his father and cut off most of the family, including the grandpa.
Good
grandpa
God.
predictably sucked and was like racist and misogynistic and all this bad grandpa stereotypes. Grandpa died during the convention and OP didn't go. So the top comment was, NTA, you had a commitment to the conference and weren't all that close to your grandfather. I agree with your assessment that funerals are for the living. I actually disagree with the top comment because I don't think that the dad is the asshole for getting upset that the son wasn't at the funeral.
But if he's estranged, it's kind of like, because he cut the dad out of his life?
Yeah, he cut the dad out of his life.
I kind of
mostly.
feel that, though.
I think it's like he's justified in not going. The dad is justified in being a little upset by it.
Yeah.
And so that's why I would say no assholes
the dad
here.
isn't an asshole, but if he's estranged, then he kind of is and was an asshole. So
yeah,
this is just another asshole icing on the cake.
Yeah, maybe he's an asshole to earn that estrangement.
AITA, why? This person does not understand the format. AITA, why? For wanting a DNA test after seeing my ex's 23-year-old child by you, Gunsman. Wanting a DNA test after seeing my ex's 23-year-old child. I guess it's kind of hard to guess off that.
Oh, a DNA test for the child.
There you go.
Got it. Okay. I don't know. Shit. No assholes here?
Wow. Big wrong. This is really, really a weird one. I don't think I've seen a weirder post in some time. So basically, many years ago, this guy walked in on his GF cheating on him with her boss.
Oof.
So now I guess we're 23 years later.
Okay.
And he saw the eldest child, and OP is black, and the eldest child, I guess, looks black.
And the boss was white?
I guess so.
And the OP is, or the girlfriend is white?
I think so. He claims she's a psycho and that she keeps calling the police on him.
What?
Yeah. So
and they don't talk?
That part's weird, and they don't really talk. And he says that she like sends mean texts and stuff. But the part that was really weird, and OP really shot himself in the foot with this, he basically wrote like, if you disagree with me, don't even bother commenting.
Okay, YTA, sir.
So that's what the top comment was all about, was like attacking his rhetoric.
Okay.
Because like he did come off as like kind of kooky, because he's like calling her all this shit, but also like, don't give me a real answer. And it was like, well, no.
Why does he even want a DNA test?
Because he thinks the kid is his, and I guess he's haunted.
What's he going to do?
Yeah, I know. No, because like the kid's 23 already, so it's like it doesn't even matter. So I'm not going to read the top comment because I didn't really like it. But the second to top comment was "Everyone sucks here" by leftist_parrot. They said, "You were lied about. That sucks and is terrible. She also cheated on you, which is another reason she sucks. Having said that, there is a chance the kid is yours, but sadly for you, it's too late. You have no right to demand DNA tests on people who are virtual strangers." And I thought
that's literally true. Imagine just walking up to someone with like an ancestry DNA kit being like, "Excuse me, sir, I need to swab your cheek."
Yeah.
Also, if the girlfriend cheated on him with her boss, it's very possible she just cheated with somebody else.
Yeah, that's possible. And honestly, it just doesn't matter because they split up and the kid's already done and already raised. Yep. I mean, I kind of feel for this guy because I think that would be upsetting to know you have a child.
It sure would, yeah.
But it's kind of like, yeah, dude, that's an adult now and they're not seeking you out. And obviously, like if the appearance thing is strong enough, like that person is aware. So it's kind of like, let them come to you.
You're right. They've got to have some suspicions.
I feel bad. This guy was, he's a spiteful guy, and it sucks to get cheated on and then watch someone's whole life unfold, and then boom, you're like, that's my baby. Whoa, but back off, bro.
All right, AITA for lying about winning a meet and greet with my favorite singer.
I'm gonna go. So weird. YTA.
No, the gist was, or the verdict was, everyone sucks here. They said OP is 25. His parents are constantly criticizing him about his finances. The reason that they are doing that is because he sends all of his packages and like purchases to his parents' house because they live in a state that has no sales tax. So they're like, hey, what's with this laptop? Whatever. OP's favorite singer was performing at a city nearby-ish, required some travel. There was a $100 meet and greet. OP pays for the meet and greet. The travel is covered by his credit card points. The parents find out about this, ask how he can afford all of it, and he just didn't want to deal with all the questions. So he said he lied and he said he won it in a meet and greet. Now all these friends are asking like, hey, I didn't know about this contest. And he's like, shit, now I gotta lie some more.
Oh boy.
Yep. So the verdict was, everyone sucks here. In this particular moral conflict, you're obviously the one in the wrong for, lying to avoid being criticized by your parents. In the broader sense, they're the assholes for harping on the spending habits of a self-sustaining adult so much, especially since the only reason they know you're spending is because you're being frugal by avoiding the sales tax. They had more, but I don't feel like reading it.
Yeah.
I don't even agree with this, but it is the top comment.
What do you say?
I think we all tell white lies every so often to like avoid dealing with people's shit.
Well, yeah, and his parents are freaking annoying.
Yeah,
like,
it's
leave
annoying.
him alone. He used credit card points. He didn't spend any money.
Right. And to deal with like a million follow-up questions, like, what are you doing? Why? Who?
Right.
It's like, whatever. I don't think you're in the wrong for like lying.
I love a frugal hack like that. I actually just got sponsored by, that's totally not sponsored, the Payboo card, which is a wild credit card.
The what card?
It's called a Payboo card. They offer it over at BH Photo Video. I love products, Sarah.
You love products.
And they take all, it's pretty crazy though. It's a credit card and the interest rate is horrible. So you gotta just pay it off, but there's no sales tax.
Okay. That's pretty legit.
Yeah. I mean, it's free.
You can use it everywhere or just at your BH
Just
place?
at BH Photo Video.
Okay.
So if you buy a laptop, boom, you just saved what? $300 if it's an expensive laptop?
Yeah.
Folks, that's worth my while.
Yeah, that's pretty tight. And then you just pay it off one time. You can close the card or just never use it again. If you close the card, it probably negatively impacts your credit score.
No, I use a card whenever I'm at BH Photo Video,
yeah,
people.
because you love products.
I love products, people. All right, so I threw this one in here. It's pretty obvious. AITA for hiring a girl to be in a relationship with a terminally ill friend.
You are the star of A Walk to Remember. Just kidding. That's not the plot. Yeah, YTA.
The top comment was just like, this is a movie that didn't happen.
That was what yeah.
What is a walk? Is that Walk to Remember?
No one's hired to be the girlfriend, but yeah, the guy like walks this girl home every day. Eventually they develop a relationship. Then he finds out she's terminally ill. Right. I don't want to spoil the ending for you. It's very good, starring Mandy Moore. And some other dude. I gotta see it. It's great. Hottest movie of 2001.
Yeah, my girlfriend put on some old movie with Ashton Kutcher.
Oh, yeah. Which
you know
one?
What I'm talking about? Where he sleeps with the nurse or whatever. And the whole point is that they're not supposed to catch feelings.
That sounds like every movie. So I've probably seen it.
They keep hooking up and then, they're starting to like each other.
Yeah, that never fucking happens. As someone who had like a friends with benefits relationship of over a year.
Sarah, I worry that your darkness it's corrupting you to the core. You're like, that never happens?
No, it happens on like one end or the other end. I don't think like both people mutually realize ever.
I don't know how it ended. I don't know how it ended. But that was the premise, is that they're neither supposed to catch feelings.
Oh, I thought that, and I thought it was like, and then they both fall in love because
I think you need to get on Match.com. Could that be the dating site that saves you?
Oh God, yeah, with like a 50-year-old husband.
There
he's
you
rich.
go.
There we go.
There you go. Come on. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm cringing. There's no way for me to audibly cringe, but I want you all to know.
You can make it sound like, that's a cringy sound. All right, guys.
That was.
Well, that's the app. Please follow Sarah on Instagram. She's got 10,000 followers. Woo! Wow. So that means your ratio of men to followers is still 0. 10,000 to 0. Sorry.
You're right.
But guys, join us on Patreon. We're recording a bonus ep tomorrow. There's already 5 bonus eps in there. And we love you. And we'll see you next week.